Good morning, everyone. Definitely get your cup of coffee and make it strong because we're going to talk this morning. Pause me so you can get yourself together. By this time of day, you already should have your coffee and be waiting on me, baby. Because we're going to talk. Anyway, I wake up this morning. I wake up kind of early, around 5:30 a.m. And I reach over to check my messages and I notice that I have a lot of TikTok notifications. And so I go through them. TikTok has it where they have a lot more safety features than YouTube. TikTok has it where you can filter all of your comments. Their software is much more advanced than YouTube, where you can filter comments that may be offensive. But the way mine is set up, I approve every single last comment. So, and I do that to safeguard my mental health. And I do it to safeguard the mental health of the people that follow me. Because you would be surprised at how many people make a comment and then someone else will come behind up under their comment and attempt to attack them over what they just said. And I'm not going to allow that to happen because I believe in curating a safe space. So I don't allow that. If you can't disagree respectfully like an adult, you're incapable of having a conversation. And if you can't do that, you don't need to be talking to grown folks who are actual grown folks. With that said, I deleted a lot of comments I did this video and I talked about what's going on between Palestinians and Black folks right now. And how Black people are awakening to the fact that Palestinians have been anti-Black. I tried to educate my people on that, I said in other videos, but we trauma bond. And whenever we see a marginalized community being attacked, we go running to help. When really we need to be helping ourselves. Because once we've done the work, we've done that work, we're alone again. And so the only way for Black people, I believe, to overcome is together. But anyway, I had a lot of Palestinians and I deleted all those comments. Of course, they're angry and gaslighting because I am not the kind of Negro they want me to be. I will not behave in a way that white supremacy says the model minority should behave. I don't want to. I am not a Black person who wants to participate in white supremacy because I don't think I'll gain anything from turning my back on my own community, and I don't think I'll gain anything aligning myself with whiteness. I don't think, not in that way. I don't think that I'll gain anything. So yeah, they were attempting to, to gaslight, and right now they are saying and they're leaning into the most racist white supremacist ideologies. Now they're doing that thing that everyone does when Black people, when they can't force our hand, is they say we're too stupid to understand what is going on. Black women are literally the most educated demographic in America. And Black people make up somewhere between 13 and 16% of the U.S. population. And for some reason, Palestinians are hyper-focused on 13% of this nation's demographic. And that's weird to me when we are not the one that you are even at war with. We're not even the one you have the conflict with. Your beef is with Israel. That's who you should be focusing on. Israel. Because they are definitely focused and beefing with y'all. And I'm going to say something that I've been wanting to say for a long time. And I feel like I'm going to go ahead on and just let this one off, since Black people are being attacked the way that we are by the Palestinian community right now. And I'm going to say this. As a Black person, I understand fighting for liberation. I get it. I do. Fighting for your freedom. But what I don't understand is picking a fight with basically a superpower and not having any contingency plan. And then blaming black folks, 13% of one nation. There's like 195 nations in the world. This is but one. 13% of this nation's population. We black people, black Americans, are not the ones dropping bombs on you. We're not the ones leveling your homes. We're not the ones committing a genocide on you. Not to mention, you're not the only genocide, that's taking place right now. And make no mistake about it. Black people are still over here trying to survive a 400-year genocide. We are fighting our own battles over here. We are. And to ask black people to ignore what is happening to us, to sacrifice ourselves for you, is crazy business. It is. It's crazy business. But I expect, the others, and when I say others, I mean anyone who's not black. I expect the others, though, to gaslight, to manipulate, to abuse, to say wild things in the comments. And honestly, like I said in the video yesterday, it really doesn't bother me. No one is going to move me from the position of black first. Nobody's going to, move me from that. Maybe someone who hasn't been deconstructing as long as I have, maybe somebody who hasn't had 10 years of therapy like I have, maybe someone who is not as, firm in their commitment to her community as I am. But none of that moves me. Your cries, your pleas, your attempts at shaming, I'm not moved by any of it. By any of it. But let me tell you what gets me, though. What gets me is the black people who make those arguments against me. I used to feel sorry for you that, I don't know if it's because you've been living in the suburbs too long, or I don't know what it is, but well, we know what it is. You all are the people who have abandoned your communities. You have abandoned your communities. You're not doing anything for your communities because you have adopted other communities. And so when you hear me being pro-black and you come across one of my videos, you feel a way about it. You get triggered and then you start projecting. In that video, I said that black people need to focus on ourselves because we need to be able to have access to all the things we need. And I encouraged black people to take a long, hard look at our communities. Do you have access to grocery stores and fresh food and prescription medications and quality schools? Do your children, are they learning everything that they need? Are your neighborhoods clean and safe? These are all issues that black people need to be the most concerned about. And then I get these bougie Negroes in my comments. I've got all of that. I've got all of that. And it's a dead giveaway. It's always a dead giveaway. Because I have all of that too. I'm literally sitting in a vehicle. I can start it at any time. I can go up the street to a quality grocery store. I can go down the street to a Starbucks. I can go up the road to a CVS. I can drive down the ways to the emergency room. A couple blocks from there is my doctor's office. And my neighborhood is pretty safe. One of my neighbors, his South Carolina residence is James Clyburn. I have those things too. But as a Black person, I know that that's not the story. That's not the case for every Black person. That most of us are very lacking in resources. I can think outside my Black ass self. I get out in my community and I talk to other Black people, and I do volunteer work in domestic violence shelters, in homeless shelters, at food banks. I got all those receipts. I talk to Black people from all walks of life. Not just on the street, on the block that I walk on or I drive along. My concern is for all Black people, not just Black people who have the same shit I got. As a Black person who has been doing activism work for quite some time, I understand that when some of us get knocked down, we stay down because of the way the system is set up. Not all of us have access, baby boo. The only way Black people are going to overcome is together. And you Negroes, adopting white supremacist ideology, you're on the wrong path. Because they don't think more of you. They still think less of you. They do. They still see you as the N-word, baby. They always will. The minute you upset them, the minute you put yourself over them, the minute you center yourself, the minute you fight for yourself, the moment you stand up for yourself, the moment you assume agency over yourself, the moment you don't prioritize the things that they want you to prioritize, the moment you do not behave the way they want you to behave, they will tell you and show you what they think of you. Every time. Every single time. Also, too, I want to say something else. I have been this version of myself for a bit now. You know, this version that I've grown into over time. And so I understand that deconstruction, first we have to understand that we need to deconstruct from internalized racism. That thing that makes us trauma bond, that thing that makes us care for other communities more than our own community. That thing that makes us look down at other Black people because they haven't had the opportunities and advantages that we have had. Because they aren't where we are. We got to do better. At the end of the day, we just got to do better. But it's nothing wrong with Black people centering ourselves. And when you deconstruct, you become more firm and more resolved. And I promise you will get to a point where nothing anybody else says to you is going to move you from your position. And you got to grow into that. And I understand it. I get that. But you got to first understand that you have been conditioned into playing the role of this model minority. And you're not even the model minority. The Asians are. But until you understand that they have conditioned you a certain way and that you have been behaving that way, deconstruction can't begin. And then when you start to deconstruct, you start to self-correct. And then you start to put Blackness and Black community to the forefront. It becomes increasingly more important to you. And the others will become very uncomfortable with you. But Black people who have not deconstructed, they also will become very uncomfortable with you. Very uncomfortable with you. Because they still have those chains around their minds. They're still playing the role that white people want them to play. I mean, y'all not even at the point where y'all don't even understand that white people don't have the right to tell you how to be Black. White people don't have the right to tell you how we should be behaving in society. Again, read some books. White people have committed some of the worst crimes, all throughout the world, all throughout the history of the world, every single where they go. And for some reason, a lot of you all have convinced yourselves that they have the right to tell you how to behave and who to be and what to do. We are not slaves. We are entitled to be free thinkers. We are entitled to care about our communities. We are entitled to love each other. And white supremacy is talking y'all out of that. And you don't even see it. And let me tell you, honey, something about what, as Tyler Perry say, highbrow Negroes. Imagine calling Black people highbrow Negroes just because we want a plot to make sense, but that's a whole nother thing. But you highbrow Negroes, they keep telling Black people, excuse me, that we don't have the right to self-center. We don't have the right to love ourselves. We don't have the right to have full agency and autonomy over ourselves. That we shouldn't be concerned about ourselves and our own issues. And you look down your noses at us while you're driving your Teslas. A company created by one of the most racist, hateful human beings on the planet. Because, yeah, I'll be looking at y'all crazy. I'll be judging y'all. Imagine buying that vehicle and Elon Musk is that racist and horrible. But you have convinced yourselves that driving a Tesla and living a certain place and making a certain amount of income excuse me, somehow makes you better than other Black people. And I feel sorry for you. I feel so sorry for you. Because when we got a few dollars, if we gave a few back to our communities would be in better condition. But instead, you buy clothes with white folks' names on them. You drive the racist cars. Excuse me. You let them tell you who you are, how to be, how to exist, how to think, how to feel, how to function. But somehow Black folks like me are the problem. Because I got a bonnet on my head, you assume you know me and what's inside my head and what's inside my heart. You judge me. Because white folks told you what to think about Black people. And you won't even allow yourself to have your own thoughts and feelings about your own people. You aren't even Black enough to judge your people for who and what they are. You aren't even black enough to see your people for who and what they actually are. You won't even have a certain conversation with black people because they are homeless or they got a bonnet on their head or because they don't have as much as you do. And I feel sorry for you. Some of the best black people I have met in this world, I met in a homeless shelter. Some of the best black people I have ever met in my life, I met them when they needed, when they were at points in their lives when they needed their community the most. Or when I needed my community the most. The others will not love you like your own. And nothing that you say, nothing that you do, nothing that you buy is going to change that. That is the end of my video. I think we should leave it there. Again, if you would like to support my platform, I definitely appreciate your kindness. My Venmo and my Cash App will be in the comments. I want y'all to have a good day. I hope I said something that made you think about things. And if I did, leave me a comment. Really, have a good day. And be happy, and don't let nobody take your joy from you or move you from what's the most important to you.